Hey guys, welcome to back to Saturday Station Farm. I'm Randy. Our water line's been tied in. We have water now at our frost-free hydrant. I'm standing in the trench right now, so I still need to hook up our conduit line. We need to bring electricity up so that I can get electricity to run the fence, and hopefully never have to use the heat tape. And we'll also get a couple outlets out there so we have power, some lights, that kind of stuff for winter. So today I'm gonna get the trench filled back in. I still have about half of it that I need to bed in sand and then put the rest of the gravel in. It's kind of boring. And then on this side, what I'm gonna be working on is, because this is exposed to the outside, wrap heat tape around the pipe, probably wrap it with some foil wrap. And that's really just like if it should ever freeze, that heat tape will be on there to warm it up and thaw anything out, and that foil will help spread that heat around, and then the insulation will kind of hold that heat in, and also that foil stops radiant heat from coming in or out. So if it's warm, it'll get heat all throughout that whole pipe. Then we're going to try to rig something up, some type of box or a cavity. I've actually got an old black 12-inch culvert, and I think if I cut that down the middle, I can make like a little dome that goes around this and sink it down to the ground, and then somehow tie it into the vinyl, and probably end up siliconing the seam. I don't know. It's on the back side of the barn. Nobody's ever going to see it. It'll be weather tight, but that's the plan. So let's get to work. If you're not familiar with foil bubble wrap, I think this is Reflectix. Looks like this, very flexible. Basically have like 2 layers of bubble wrap and then a foil on each side so that radiant energy basically gets reflected. I'm just gonna take this wrap, because I have a bunch of it, wrap it around the pipe, then I'll take a bunch of aluminum tape. This is actually made by Reflectix, the same company. I'm not endorsed by them, but I've used it, works pretty good. And I'll just tape it around the pipe. The company actually makes basically this same product but with a sticky side to it, and in a roll this size, so you can just wrap it around. I don't have any of that, but I have a whole bunch of this old stuff lying around, plus a bunch of these lying around from a previous project. There we go. Foil tape's all on. Basically, I've been coming back, taking the spray foam and spraying all around the water line, putting a thin coat on, letting it cure for a day, put another thin coat on, over and over and over again. So now it's all built up. I'm basically gonna spray one more coating inside my culvert, my half piece of culvert. I'm gonna strap it on, and I'll build a little cap for the top of it. I don't know if it's gonna be enough insulation or not. I have filled all the ribs of the culvert with foam, but there's still thin points in the valleys of the ribs. So I don't know if it'll be enough. This side of the building is on the south side, so it gets a ton of sun. It heats up a lot, even in the middle of winter when it's below freezing. It may freeze up super fast. Worst case, if it does, well, I'm back to lugging buckets out of the basement for the winter, and then we'll revise it in the spring when it thaws, build out a bigger box, do something different. But if it's enough, then I'm good to go. It'll work just fine back here. It's not the prettiest, but nobody ever sees it. We're able to use whatever we got to make it work. So we're gonna go through, do some chinking now. Excluder, rodent and pest defense. This stuff's awesome. I use this all the time in my wildlife control business. It's like a woven mat. See if that'll zoom in. Of stainless steel splinters. You can peel it apart. You just gotta be careful because there's like these little shards, these stainless steel splinters, and they will jam into your fingers super fast. But basically I'm gonna take some pieces of it off, chink it inside these holes, mostly towards the bottom. Up here towards the top, I may not even mess around with it. And then we'll silicone over it to seal it up tight, and we'll be good to go. I'll have a link for the excluder mesh right in the description below. You can click on it, go right to Amazon, pick it up. Stuff is awesome. Little mesh chinked in with a little blade. Get you a little cat's paw or a putty knife and chink it into those little cracks. Oh, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. Put some silicone over it, and you've got a pretty impenetrable opening that rats and mice can't get into. You can do the same thing with bigger patches for squirrels, that kind of stuff. Works awesome. So that's it. It's all in place now. Just gotta wait on the silicone to finish drying. The foam's pretty much all cured. I thought it was a 24-hour cure. I reread the package. It's 2 hours. Probably could have let it go longer, but we actually have rain coming tonight. and tomorrow. So I gave it a few hours, went ahead and started sealing it up, and we're gonna see how it goes. I gotta go move a little bit of dirt back. I'm gonna start moving the dirt back, let some of the right next to the culvert seal up a little bit, and then we're gonna test it out and see how it goes. I'll move this plug down after it kind of dries and that adhesive seals up good to go. But that should be it. And hopefully this fixes hopefully we have no issues with it, and we have running water all winter right next to the animals. That's the goal. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow along, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.